Good Wednesday evening. I'm Vice Forecaster Jay Rapp with you back in the Weather Center. We have a damaging tornado down here in Texas. So just give me a second here and we'll zoom into that. I'm going to send some links out so we can get some people on. So let me pull up Isaac. He should be with us less than an hour if we're still on, but I'm sure we still will if we got all of this hail to track. Alright, we have this damaging tornado. We're just continuing, so this will run through. I think I have to get the expiration time on this. Tornado warning goes. Alright, I think the warning will move out of the warned area. So that'll be. Now it's probably tennis ball size hail. Now look back to a radar indicated tornado. So maybe that'd be some good news if that happens. So it would be a tornado emergency, more just be a radar indicated, but I'm looking at the potentially pretty decent red next to green right there. That would be gate to gate sheared. We just got a tornado warning, and I'm gonna have to check something else because it's just in Illinois, so we're gonna have to switch some gears here. We got a 20. Looks like we got something up here in parts of the north part of Illinois now. So let me check this out. This would be Douglas County. This is a tornado warning for Douglas County in central Illinois. So that'd be the Weather Service in Lincoln. So hold on, folks. We'll switch that. I'm going to add our Illinois Storm Watch in because that's something we have to add in. So just give me a second. Just a couple changes here, and we'll get to that. All right, I think that tornado warning is getting ready to expire now. And now we have that tornado warning for Douglas County and Illinois. So let me just all right. We have that tornado warning. Alright, somebody just popped on the screen here. It looks like it's going to hit Berrien County soon. Alright, we'll zoom into the tornado warning, and this is up here toward the National Weather Service in Lincoln. Sorry about my phone ringing. Let me check that. Alright, let me try to get. Alright, we'll try to use the Chicago site here. This might just be a regular renegade to spend up because I don't see anything. Alright, we have this tornado warning. Alright, now we have a confirmed tornado up here. At 7:04, a confirmed tornado was over Locken, or 10 miles south of Tuscaloosa, moving northeast around 25 miles an hour. Hazardous tornado. Weather spotters have confirmed a tornado. So this includes Interstate 57 between miles mark 203 and 208. So this is a tornado right now. So we'll zoom into the storm here, and we'll switch back to that. All right. I'm sorry, folks. I hit the wrong button. So we'll shrink that. Go back to that. I mean, so right now we'll try to get Isaac on best we can, but we got this tornado warning, and this is in parts of the Lincoln area. So if you're in Auckland area up here, you definitely need to be taking some shelter now. Get centered, get covered. There is a tornado right now on the ground with the storm, and definitely I don't see anything typically wind sheared. So right now, just give me a second here because I'm by myself. So if you live in, there's even a little cluster up here by Taylorville area. These storms are giving me a little concern too of some weak sheared. And anytime you sheared get tapped into, you get a weak tornado back at the belt, and this is what we have. So just give me a second. I'll pop up the screen. I actually messed it up a little bit, so go back up here again. If you're just joining me this evening on the Illinois Stormwatch page and USA Severe Weather Network, we have a tornado warning. And all right, the tornado warning for Lincoln has expired, so that's some good news. So analyze information here. That was just a quick spin up. You get the atmosphere has a lot of fuel today. I mean, some reason this probably spinned up on the little spot, but still we would have to watch that. So that was one good thing. And the Weather Service in Paducah did enter this one tornado warning for down here in Kentucky, and down in the Nashville and Tennessee area. This is just a radar indicated tornado. So definitely that storm actually, the tornado warning for Lincoln has expired. So we'll take those off. Because that's why we're on. So right now we have that one in Texas. Let's go back to radar again, and we'll sort that out here. New storm activity is forming, so we could be in for some stormy even. And these storms here in Texas. Let me trying to get radar back up here. Give me a second. All right, tornado warning is still continuing. This storm is a confirmed tornado. We do have large hail with the storm, and that's why we're continuing to watch that. Look at here. Gosh. Folks, we're getting up to 3.5 inches of hail. So this is a very large hailstorm here, down here. This is a very large hailstorm. So definitely that is very large, and we definitely need to keep that in mind. So the tornado warning has got canceled for Lincoln. That was a pretty quick spin up tornado deal. We get these a lot, especially sometimes in the spring. So just give me a second. Alright, we still got that tornado warning. And let me take a look here down here. This runs through 8 p.m. tonight. So definitely we have that one storm, and it's booking at 45 miles an hour. It's still a damaging tornado. So we already have one report of a tennis ball size hail with the storm. So that just gets us some nasty size hail. I mean, this is very nasty. So definitely these are some super sale activity is continuing down here. And this is why we're continuing to watch these storms. All right, new tornado warning has just got entry for the San Terra area down here. We have a new tornado warning. This storm here in effect at 8:45 from Mental County down here, and let's see, Austin County and Central Texas and Baxter County. At 7:55, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado located near Dunley or 7 miles southwest of Caston, moving at 35 miles an hour. So what's expect tornado and up to 2-inch hail in diameter. So folks, this is some very large hail again. We're starting to get very large hail with these storms this evening, and this is incredible. I mean, this is some very large hail with this, and that's some really tracking to some very strong storms. Look at this. Look at this nasty hail. We're starting to get a marker, and we're starting to get very large hail today. And so we got to be really aware of these storms. If you're in the path of this, now the time to seek shelter is the basement if you have one, ground floor if you have one today. I mean, I always tell people to go to the basement. We just have a tornado warning in place. So hold on just a second, everybody. Alright, we're back still. We have a tornado warning continues down here, and that runs through about 8:45. This storm is still capable of producing very large hail, folks. This is some very large hail. I mean, this is incredible. I mean, this is up to about two inches in diameter. So just think about that hitting your window. That is going to break some glass and shatter some windows. You need to be in a tornado safe spot immediately. Let's check the our dual thing here. This tells we've had any debris. We could have something trying to form right there. A tornado trying to get going right here. So if you live in this polygon, now's the time to seek shelter immediately. We could be getting a tornado right now, and definitely there could be some potentially some shear there. So folks, we want to tell everybody now's the time to get centered, get covered, make sure you have a bike helmet on your head, make sure your vehicles are parked in the garage. This is a large hail threat. We're starting to get hail up to 2 inches in diameter, so that's enough to shatter some glass and break some windows. So just be aware for that. We do have maybe a little bit of debris ball. Let me check see if my sound's working. Have a little bit of debris ball right there. Starting to get some blue colors, and that all is going to add to some typically rotation. So switch that back. Starting to get very large hail up to tennis ball. Now severe thunderstorm warning for quarter size hail. This storm could produce. This storm is showing over 3-inch hail, so that's still enough to start causing some very strong to dangerous problems. So I just got some video, but I'm gonna see what we got in place here. It's like Ann just saying. Heading straight towards them. So you join me now. We have a tornado warning continues down here. I mean, this is very large hail threat. I mean, we'll pull up the dual thing again, our tools that me and the forecasters use here, and see what we got. And you can see that blue color is kind of gone, but they're still showing me signs. We can see how we could have a debris with this. All right, we have a severe thunderstorm warning in place. This runs through 9 o'clock down here in Texas. This storm could produce. Let me switch back to our regular radar real quick, and we'll be staying on the air with you just for a little while to kind of things kind of quiet down here. So severe thunderstorm warning continues to go up with this whole line of storms. Let's see what we got here. Severe thunderstorm warning for Mexico County and South Central Texas, North Central Bernalillo County, and Central Texas. North Central Occoton County and Central Texas, North Central Kendall County and South Central Texas, South Central Wilson County and South Central Texas, Baxter County and North Central Texas, and Cobb County. At 8:59, a severe thunderstorm was located near Roy-Tomenton, moving at 45 miles an hour. So, folks, this is booking at 45. So, you're not going to really have much time on these warnings. So, I mean, this is hazardous, 70 miles a gust. So, we could get some wind damage and hail damage to your vehicle. So, just make sure you're safe in the storm. The storm is capable of producing some very large hail this evening. So right now we do have a 70 miles of gust. Still, the storm doesn't have any the threat of tornadoes with it, but it still could have just be some damage and straight line winds with some very large hail. I'm reading the chat here. Still look like a large tornado moving on the way, so just make sure we're okay. Um, so, folks, this is a very large. So we'll pull up wind velocity, and you can see there is very strong winds. So, folks, this is 70 miles of wind, and once that happens, that is some. So that is very strong wind speed. So you definitely need to be shaken shelter now. If you live in this anywhere in this polygon, now's the time to shake shelter. You're under a tornado warning into 8:45. Very strong size of rotation. There's that little bit of b-ball right there. And just checking the chat room here. We're on here. Still looks like showing. And once the tornado warning gets lifted, we'll probably stay with you because we got some very large hail this evening. And once we've been having these big hail makers, this is what we get. So hold on just a second. Alright, we still got that tornado warning down here. And the same thing, it's a radar indicated tornado, so folks, I still would take your tornado precaution because that is very large hail. Goodness gracious. And you can see very large hail down here tonight. And there's some the blue color that's indicate as some maybe light debris. So we could be getting a possible tornado. And we're having these storms are producing lots of wind shear tonight. 11 p.m. Some of these tornado watchers are in place, and they just got a new one out at 2 o'clock in the morning. This is just for more storms that can produce very large hail in tornadoes. So I'm just double checking to make sure we not missed out anything yet. And we've been having some very large hail tonight. And pull up here, we even had a tornado went for Illinois earlier. So zoom in. Alright, so we still got the one tornado warning, and this storm really gets going with the potentially a very large hail. And you can see that very strong rotation. So if you're in the warning, now it's time to seek shelter, go to the lowest floor. It's just a radar indicated tornado with up to 2-inch size hail. So that is some very large hail this evening with the storms. And Oklahoma has that one warning, but it's getting ready to move out of the warned area eventually. So we got a few advisories, not too many, but we'll continue to watch these storms. If they would get worse, and I think they could later, we will break in to let you know on this. But for right now, I'm just going to update you. We do have a tornado warning. This really shows signs of some pretty decent rotation with these storms, and that's why we're continuing to watch this for some very large hail this evening. So we will continue to keep posting things and updating you and breaking in as we